Hello, welcome to our presentation. We are two computer engineering students from Boğaziçi University. We are implementing a disaster response information management system for our senior project. My name is Engin Oğuzhan Şenol, and this is my teammate Altay Acar. The content that we will talk about today is the general aspects of the project in introduction. Why are we doing this project, and what is our motivation in novelty and motivation? How do we approach this project? What are the problems that we encounter during the implementation and design, and the general phases of the project?
As we all know, on February 6th of this year, two massive earthquakes hit the southern Turkey, affecting millions of lives, including our relatives and us also. And the lack of central management for information about disaster response has played a crucial role for the lives of thousands of people. And that's why we decided to approach this area from the IT solutions perspective.
So what were the problems? The first problem, the main problem, is the disaster victims didn't know where to get help and how to go the near help station. And then they didn't know that they didn't have any good communication about with them. And then there is a lack of coordination. Even the disaster victims can find the needs they need. They cannot get them because of the lack of coordination and transportation issues. After that disaster, we also create a group with our instructors and students. Together, we helped the disaster victims with the help of governmental and non-governmental organizations.
Since the domain of the disaster response problem is so big and crucial because the lives of thousands of people is on the line, we have started with a very detailed and comprehensive domain analysis. And we have talked with people from the field who have voluntarily worked for relief efforts, alongside observed what lacked most during our IT support group's efforts. Combining all we have seen and observed, we have focused on gathering the needs of disaster victims, gathering the resources to fulfill those needs, analyze them and enrich them through baked-in conditional information, alongside representing all those data properly for the system functions as intended. To come up with such a system, we have explored requirement specification, considering all the information we have received from the field in our observations, and we have come up with a proper class diagram and data representations for the disaster response information. We have tested our design regularly with the different use cases that we have created and also taken from the real world examples. And that's our technical approach during our implementation. The main challenge we have faced was about the vitality of the project domain. Since the main and the only goal of designing such a system is keeping as much as people alive for as long as time possible, we had to come up with a domain specification that an IT solution would work properly. Also, we had to test the performance and feasibility and applicability of our design system in real-world examples by discussing with the people from the field who have voluntarily worked in relief efforts. Those people ranged from warehouse managers to operation managers from non-governmental organizations like AHBAP and AFET Platformu. After each discussion, we had to update and revise our project's functional design. And because each case that we have learned and encountered from their experiences showed us different requirements about such a system. Since the people's lives were on the line, regularly and dynamically updating the system design from real-time experiences was the most challenging part of our project. Also, although we have a prototype of the system, we know that this project has provided a really comprehensive and so-called field-tested groundwork, a functional system designed for such a disaster response information management system, so that a future work to effectively implement the whole system will be as concrete, as stable as its design can be realized ultimately.
So what is our timeline? These are our phases. In the first step, we thought to design this comprehensive system, we need to rethinking and like had a lot of conversation with each other and with the some people that worked in the disaster area, some people from the non-governmental organization, and then we could conduct a really deep analysis and found some key insights. And then we conduct and establish our first prototype. In that, we would we could create a report about the disaster victims' needs, and then our next steps we are more as we progress with the system, we are developing and increase its functionality. Also, in our last steps, we are developing the application and the system day by day. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.